of Kane's Twitter franchise mode. And we are here, live, simming through the 2019-2020 season. We will be drafting in hopefully about 15, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to the end of the season. Probably not that long, but we'll see. I'm going to tweet out the link real quick. That way everybody can actually find the stream. And we should be good. We'll view the draft class in just a second. I'll just tweet this out real quick. There we go. Link has been tweeted. Welcome to Kane's Twitter franchise mode. As you can see, we should have four franchise players in this. Kieran Lang is first. He'll be franchise. JT is franchise, and Corey is franchise. We have one other franchise. He's a goaltender. And Carter Metz. So, kind of funny how that works out. And yeah, that is what's going on here. We are in January, simming through, continuing to sim. I've edited my trade block to get everything off of it. I'm gonna try doing this. See if that helps as well, to try and, you know, get less trade offers and maybe make this thing go a little faster. But yeah, the team's not doing very good, so we may end up with a lottery pick, and that's okay. Philip Tomasino heading to Buffalo. Evan Rodriguez and Marco Scandella. That's a horrible trade for Nashville. What? Nashville gives up. I'm like choking. Nashville gives up so much for nothing. Like, no NHL talent. Whatever. Okay, that's strange, but here we are. And if you're tuning in, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the second season of Kane's Twitter franchise mode series. I don't know, man. We'll call it a season. It's more fun that way. Petrovic on waivers, I'm good. But yeah, I hope you all are having... Eric Stahl traded to Arizona, wow. I hope you all are having as good of a time as you can right now. I know quarantine is not the most fun, and you know, it can get pretty straining mentally, but we got this. Hopefully it'll all be over soon. Yeah, I hope it'll be over soon, but for now I'm just gonna keep staying home, staying away from people, which is basically just every day for me, but you know. We'll do our best to make sure everything... Man, Anders Lee, the captain of the Islanders, traded to Nashville. I'll do my best to keep, you know, giving you guys this stream to maybe help you all out a little bit. I don't know. Slavin's back. And yeah, definitely looks like the team is going to be one of the worst teams in the division, which isn't great, but gives us a shot at getting one of those franchise players that we talk about. This team could use a franchise goalie. But yes, the four franchise players are all high franchise potential. I didn't make too many adjustments. Corey, you have been changed to an offensive defenseman since you are a franchise. I believe JT and Kieran stayed the same. yeah, that's about it. I don't think I changed anything too drastically. So, that's pretty much it. And there we go. We had back-to-back shutouts, which is cool, but we're still 6 points out of the playoffs. It's looking like that. It's looking like the playoffs are not a possibility for us unless we win these last 2 games. 2 shootout losses. We lose in the regular season. Unfortunately, Teuvo Teravainen, 61 points, leads the team. Man, that's tough. We did have a lot of injuries, though, at the start of the season before I started streaming. I know Shea and Vatanen missed some time. Niederreiter missed a little bit. We had a couple just, nagging injuries that, prevented the team from really catching fire at the start of the season. And we'll wait to view the draft class. My scouting team probably needs to be fired, all of them, because they didn't do a very good job of scouting players. Pittsburgh wins the cup. Ugh. That's how you know it's a simulation. We get the 9th overall pick. That's pretty okay. Anaheim moves from 4th to 1st. Columbus from 7th to 2nd. It's tough, but... So, 9th overall. Player projected to go 9th is a new created player, Trevor Michaels, here. I could also draft a defenseman, but I won't. And I have 2 first-round picks. That's right. I forgot to change that. I don't know how you get over picks, so we're just gonna get an extra player, and everybody's just gonna be okay with it, Any gems or busts? I know we had 1. We have 2 gems now. Both projected to go late in the draft, so I'll probably be able to snag both of those players. Cool. So, that's exciting. Retired players, there shouldn't be anybody too crazy here. Yeah, Marian Hossa is the best, and he already retired. One of my coaches retired. Polak, Zetterberg, and Englund are now scouts. We'll just continue simming. My scouting staff will need to be all fired pretty much. So we are drafting now, and I am going to tweet this out that way. That way folks can see it. Alright. So. And I think that this is exciting. We have... Let's just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. We have 40 for sure. We have at least 40 people in this franchise mode. There's number 40 right there, projected to go 93rd overall. And then 41 is projected to go 101st, and that is it. So, 41 people in this franchise mode. First pick. Who is it going to be? To the Anaheim Ducks. Kieran Lang. High franchise potential right winger. 81 overall. I don't remember what his play type is. I think it might be sniper. But former Barrie Colt, played 66 games, had 88 points. Solid a OHL season, not the AHL. And if you are watching and your player gets drafted, let me know. And yeah, just be really cool. We could talk about it. And if you want to make a trade, I can see what I can do, but I typically like to give it a year or two before I get everything underway with all the trades and stuff. We'll just sim pick 2 now, and that is Corey. Don't ask me to pronounce your last name. Your Twitter is shut down lines, so. And offensive defenseman, high franchise again. All of our franchise players will win this. JT Shepard, high franchise center. He is a playmaker. I do remember that. So, oh yeah, I didn't even check where Corey played. Prince Albert. And then JT, I believe, was an Erie Otter. And 81 points. So far, Kieran is our top scorer. 4th overall now. Wade Minter, the voice of the Carolina Hurricanes. 89 points, so he's now our highest scorer. But it's the Q. We should really take off like 10 points. So, Wade, congrats on being drafted to Tampa. So yeah, Anaheim is where Kieran will play. Columbus is where Corey will end up. JT is in LA, and Wade is in Tampa. Now for Ottawa, Will Looper is heading to the Ottawa Senators. So Ottawa needs some help up front. They get that big time with Will. New Jersey now is picking 6th overall, and they're going to pick Alexis Lafreniere. Or Lafreniere. I don't remember how they say his name. And then, we'll sim to pick 9th. So intern Maddie, welcome to the Islanders, and Trevor Michaels, welcome to Buffalo. Yikes. Carolina's picking now, so this is us. 2 defensemen. I don't see us needing a defenseman, unfortunately. I can't see us needing a defenseman. So as much as I'd love to have Tom, and he simmed really well in the last game, we don't need defensemen, so I think I'm going to go with Mr. Big Sam here, who had 103 points in the OHL this season. We're going to go with Big Sam. Medium elite, 81 overall. That's a solid pick at 9th overall. Islanders with their 2nd pick now, after they picked a center in intern Maddie. Are they going to go the center route again, or are they going to pick Tom? They picked Tom, and I'm pretty sure Tom was an Islander in the last game too, but I could be wrong. But either way, Tom, welcome to the Islanders, and I believe that's the team you grew up watching, so cool stuff. And Montreal, they're not going to pick a created player because they're no fun. Oh, they did. Connor, Tuna, regular viewer of the stream, gets picked by Montreal, so we will be watching Montreal a little closely. Tommy Watson, picked up by New York. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The Avalanche now picking up number sports fan on Twitter, sorry. Sarai getting picked up by St. Louis, which is, I believe, the team that drafted you last time too. So, cool stuff. Minnesota, pick 15 is going to pick Harry and Cranky. That's your Twitter at. Detroit, at pick 16 is going to pick It's Me. And then we have Chicago, should be another one of ours. Owen Anderson, the last series is franchise potential players, now high top 6. Same overall. He's the same overall. He's the same position, same stat. Mets, the franchise goaltender. 2 picks before the Hurricanes are going to make a pick, of course. Carter Metz gets picked up by Minnesota. So Minnesota walking away with a potential number 1 D-man, or the potential to have a really good top 4 D and a franchise goaltender is huge in the first round. Winnipeg at pick 19. Who are they going to pick? They're going to pick Rock, I think is how you pronounce your name, and he was an 8-time Selke winner last time around, so that'll be a big move. This time around, I have the opportunity to pick Ponomarev, Holtz, or Raymond, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I don't need that. I think we're good on the right wing. I'm going to pick Optimistic Caniac here, a good buddy of mine. Medium top 6 forward, so I'm walking away with an elite center and a top 6 right or left winger in the first round. That's really solid for me and my team. Ponomarev goes next to the Devils, so there should be a little bit of a break. Yeah, and getting the medium elite, actually it might not have been a bad idea to get Holtz or Raymond, but Byfield going, so Boston should pick up a player, and they pick up Jonathan, so Jonathan Wagner, welcome to Boston. Washington picks Jacob Narby. That's a really good pickup by them, getting a right winger. Tim Lindbergh, Panda, also a regular viewer of the stream, gets picked up by Dallas, so it's a big pickup for them. Florida now, they pick up Cole Perfetti. They're no fun. Okay, Jason Mariani heading to Ottawa again, so Ottawa making a couple really good picks here, getting a defenseman as well as that top forward that they were coveting, so huge draft for a huge first round for Ottawa, but really anybody that picks a creative player is a winner. And Pittsburgh will have to go and see who they picked. Hopefully it wasn't a created player. Yeah, it wasn't a created player because they suck. That's the reason why. Oh, actually, oh, that's right. There's a little bit of a run of, oh, well, Niha getting picked up by Vancouver. That's actually a tough spot to land because Vancouver has a couple really good goalie prospects, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see if there's a trade. Can Ottawa repeat? Canes and Cannons, so they get a goalie as well. Ottawa does. That's a really good pick. Tim Stutzel. Kurt picking up by Nashville, so that's a really good pickup for them. These teams are really stealing my picks, man. Canes stats getting picked up by the Islanders. The Islanders are having a great draft, man. Ottawa again. They're going to pick up Dan McLaughlin, so 2 goalies by Ottawa in the second round. Dan and Canes and Cannons. Interesting stuff. Buffalo picking now, and they're going to pick Connor Zary, a high top 9 forward, so that's not a great pick by them. And they lift Chris Miracle on the block? What are they doing? Christopher Miracle. Welcome to the Carolina Hurricanes, my friend. Gotta pick that man up. High starter potential. That's a potential to be the goalie of the future for the Carolina Hurricanes, and your possibly starter next year, maybe backup, I don't know. Nashville. Jamie Drysdale, not too bad. Montreal, they're probably going to pick up Foodie, Jean-Luc Foodie. Alright, so we have a run of goalies, like a run of players here that could potentially be good. A run of goalies. Carl wouldn't be bad, but I did already draft a center. Let me grab a right winger in Evan Stansel. That's a created player. Low elite, 81 overall. That's a pretty good pick. I've really rounded out my forward core this year so far. And then we'll just take a look inside the first round, see who else was created and picked. Ryan goes to Calgary. K to the Arl goes to Winnipeg. Finding Nino is a Toronto Maple Leaf. Josh Grantham is a Minnesota Wild. Cameron Bass, welcome to the Lightning. That's a good pick by the Lightning. Matt Chatelaine is a Detroit Red Wing. Trey Cash is a Florida Panther. So Florida's having a good draft too. Vegas finally picks up a player in Michael Goodrow. And then Meg heading to LA. Other than that, no other creative players drafted yet. We are nearing the end of the draft for our players. Noel Gunler just makes the most sense here because he's a medium top 6 forward. Yeah, Lapierre I think turns out to be decent. Oh, you know what? I can just pick up both of them. Why not? So we'll pick up Hendrix Lapierre as well. Yeah, 2 top 6 forwards in the 3rd round, man. Having 40 creative players is kind of dumb. So that's a really good draft. I haven't picked a defenseman yet, so we should probably change that. We're going to sim to pick 102. I'm going to make the pick and then go back and look. We're going to pick up Tim Biakabatuka's nephew. Medium top 60, not too bad. So after the Hurricanes made their 2 picks, I need to see if there were created players picked up. I think there were only a couple more. Matthew, Pittsburgh Penguin. And then McShorzy the Jerk, New Jersey Devil. And that is it for our created players. So there are your teams. Every single person has a new team here. So should be really exciting to keep track of all this. Remember, if you're not happy with your landing spot, send me a message on Twitter, mention me, do whatever you gotta do, and we'll try and work something out. I may not be able to trade you right away, but we'll get it done. We will try to get it done as quickly as possible. I will, make that a priority. Mitchell Chelios, I mean, why not? Low top 6 forward potential. I can't argue with that in the 7th round. Let's do it again. Why not? Yeah, why not? Medium top 60. 46 overall is not very good. But there's my draft. So we draft 4 created players: Big Sam, Optimistic Caniac, Chris Miracle, and Evan Stansel. All 4 of those players should be on the roster next year. We're going to go ahead to go to the re-sign phase. Before I forget. So, yeah, I actually drafted 3. So this honestly could be a rookie line next year. Optimistic Caniac, Big Sam, and Evan Stansel. And goalies, Chris Miracle. So Forsberg I'm not keeping. I'll give Makiniemi a contract, I guess. I'll just qualify Bishop. Lawrence should be higher in this game, but, whatever. I'll sign Luke Henman. Go with that. I'll give Fogle another year. Give Spencer Smallman a year. Because Fleury could get better. I don't think the Canes are keeping Vatanen anyways, so we'll make that happen. I'll let Forsling go. We gotta qualify Prince Pretty, man. Yeah, I'm gonna offer him just like a straight up contract. And then Kasky, I'll just qualify. Goalies I already did. And that's it. Fleury, Fogle, McEwen. Everybody should resign. Yeah, everybody said it was cool. Good stuff, man. Alright, so we're in free agency. I do need to add to my coaching staff. Of course it's a goalie coach. Man. I'm upset. His preference is goalies, so I typically go with the guy who works well with the goalies because, you know. Let me fire this scout. And that scout. Let's hire some scouts. I do have classwork tomorrow, so I may only get to the next season and then start officially tomorrow night. But we'll have to see. Well, there aren't many good scouts available, but this guy's an upgrade over a guy who was like a D- or something like that. Gilbert. What a name, man. So I had 5 positions open. I've filled 2 of them already. 3 of them. 4. And we'll see what's the highest. I could either hire a European scout or a Russian scout. Or another European's higher, man. There we go. Now, as for the team, I do need to make some trades to make sure everybody is accounted for in terms of their position. Ooh, Big Sam does not have a spot. Here we go. Well, so we'll try trading Jordan Stahl in a bit. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centers, so Big Sam would be the 4th line center. I might make him a winger, though. 1, 2, 3 centers. Or left wingers. I may just put him on the left wing. 1, 2, 3 right wingers. 4 with Bach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensemen. Goalies we have. Okay, Reimer's gonna have to be traded. I will trade him to Anaheim for like a 5th round pick, because I'm just trying to get rid of Reimer. What? What? How about a 6th round pick? Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, I need to find a trade for Jordan Stahl. Okay. It would upset me if we traded Trocheck. It's a horrendous trade. Oh my god. Okay. I just want to get rid of James Neal. They accepted it. Easy. Well, let's try trading Jordan Stahl with some like poor team. Calgary. Doesn't have a first round pick this year. Colorado does. Getting a first and Martin Kaut for freaking Jordan Stahl is huge, man. Okay, so we'll sign free agents now. Do two-way. It is. It is a steal for Stahl. I really only did it so that I could get space for a prospect that I have. You refuse to sign your ELC with Buffalo? I mean, if you'd like, I could work a trade out. Sorry, that made me wheeze. I don't blame you, man. I don't. I'm just trying to sign a few prospects real quick. But I think that'll do it. Honestly, I don't really care too much about this free agency. What position are you? I can't do that right now. Well, yeah, left winger. Oh yeah, you got the position you wanted. Let's see. Huh. I may have to wait a little bit. You've already signed your ELC with Buffalo, so you may have to wait just a minute for that because I don't have the resources to give up for that. Oh, shut up. Yes, you will like the roster. We have goalie of the future Chris Miracle on there. Alright, 1, 2. So 2 out of 5 scouts have signed. 3, 4. Gilbert Grandpierre. Philip Hollander. You're not interested in a two-way deal, but you're freaking 60 overall. Okay, and the 2 prospects I sign. Cool. All right. Yeah, typically I'll wait like a season or 2. That way, Kairu for Zboral. That's an interesting trade. Yeah, typically I wait like a season or 2. Um, let everybody, get their foot in the water with some teams. Buffalo ends up being really good later on, so you know, I don't know. But if you aren't satisfied with Buffalo, we can make it work. We can make a trade happen. But typically, what I do is if I can't keep the player, I'll trade for him and then flip him to another team. I've done that a couple times. But here are my lines heading into the next season. No, head coach cannot help. Teuvo Teravainen, Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov. It is Buffalo, man. It's tough. They're typically like a buffer team between players. So we'll try and make it work. But if you do want to trade after a couple of streams, we'll figure something out for you. Necas, Dzingel, and Niederreiter. I'm actually gonna change this up a little bit. We have an all rookie line that's +3 overall. I don't want to change that at all. Unless, no, that makes it worse. Okay, Svech, Niederreiter, and Evan on the right wing along with Martinook. This is a damn good team, guys. Expecting big things from Big Sam and Martin Necas this season. Expecting big things from Evan as well. And optimistic Kaniak as well. On the back end, we have Slavin and Hamilton, Gardner and Shea, Fleury and Pesce. Pretty much same old, same old. I like that Fleury is already an overall higher. Scratched Fogle and Jake Bean. Josh Bean. Chris Miracle is our starting goaltender at 18, so crazy. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to trade Jake Gardner. I cannot let my man Josh Bean just stay on the 4th, or just scratched at 80 overall, man. I cannot do that to my man. So we gotta get Josh Bean in there. Also, if you're not familiar with the bit, his Elite Prospects profile page says Jake Bean, aka Josh Bean, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Zach Senyshyn? Medium top 6, age 23, 76 overall. If he develops, this could be a nice pickup for us. I'm going to say yes to this trade because I'm not going to use Gardner. So let's check the lines now. But yeah, aka Josh Bean. I don't know why, but it's just the funniest thing I've ever seen. This is fine. Whatever. I don't want Trocheck just sitting on the 4th line. So. Okay. Yeah, I also like that the defense is all in the plus. Must be a very good coach for the team. So that's good. Now, we'll check Charlotte just to see if there's any promising prospects. Matheos. Geeky doesn't sim well in this for whatever reason. Kaut here, that's who I'm the most excited for, I think. Olofsson, Karlberg. Yeah, pretty solid stuff. For the most part, it's just guys that I signed. Joey Keane is up here. I think I buffed him a little bit. High top 60, yeah. McEwen, Kasky, Kevin Fitzgerald, Selgren, and then just some rando. Yeah, I didn't even draft him. Okay. So there's the lines. It's all pretty much there. We'll sim till the playoffs. How about that? We'll sim to February 1st, and then we'll see how everything is doing. Trading a third and a fourth round pick in next year's draft for a second and a fifth in this year's draft, and Jordan Martinook. I'm not using Martinook, so we'll accept that. Easy. Always going to take a trade for picks. Brendan Gallagher and a couple other players. Paul Byron. Belmar heading to Tampa. Montreal gets Nolan Foote and a first. Oh, that's right. The deadline. I didn't do the roster update, so Nolan Foote and a first is part of the team still. Foote was traded to. Oh God, I forget where. Does anybody remember where he was traded to? I'm looking this up. New Jersey. That's right. He was traded to New Jersey. And I forget which trade that was. I'm saying no to every trade now. I'm not even looking at them. Yeah, this is just gonna bother me, so just excuse me while I look this up. Yeah, because New Jersey made out like bandits at this deadline, if I remember correctly. For Blake freaking Coleman? And they got Vancouver's first round pick. Tampa. Tampa gave up Nolan Foote, a pretty good prospect, and a first round pick that could very well be. I guess if Vancouver didn't make the playoffs, then it would be a 2021 pick when Vancouver would be better. But still, ugh. That's just gross. Also, what's gross for real is how poorly the team is performing. Draft rankings. We'll see how this is. Pretty sure Rati will be the first. He is. He doesn't end up being all that great, if I remember correctly. Whatever team ended up drafting him was just never good. Largely due to the fact that I think he just didn't produce all that much. But yeah, the Canes, slow start. If you watched the last series, they did, and they cleaned up. It's kind of crazy, and I mean, you know, the Canes did really well considering that none of the prospects that they gave up will would have been Hurricanes. Um, I mean, Listerinen probably could have been, but like in a fourth line role, and that's really not worth it. We have at least four other guys that can fill that exact role in the pipeline, so I'm not really worried. I'm sure we'll draft another player similar to Eetu Luostarinen in the future, so not a big deal. But yeah, I do feel bad for Charlotte, but even then they were still doing all right after the deadline. Joey Keane was looking really good. But if the AHL doesn't resume with fans next year, it's going to be really bad for the league. So I'm really hoping that this can all be done so a bunch of leagues don't fold, because this would be devastating for the AHL. Because I'm not sure, they're not owned by the Hurricanes. Like some affiliates are owned by the Canes, but I don't think by their NHL teams, but I don't think the Checkers are one of them. Would be kind of neat if I don't know if you guys saw Elliot Friedman's article, but would be kind of neat if the NHL, at least the Metro Division, played in Raleigh. That'd be really cool. 4-0 win against Arizona. There we go. All right, we're back at 500. No, we're not. So Chris Miracle's struggling a little bit this season, which is okay. It's to be expected. I'm a little concerned that my scouting staff just like straight up doesn't scout. There's gonna need to be some changes in the scouting. Really, my drafts don't start getting very good until the very end of, or until like year 2 or 3. The ECHL is in a worse position, which does concern me for Greenville, but I don't know. ESHL, I'm sure, is a great league, but I just can't see it being I can't see it being a league that we use to develop anything more than just our goalies. But yeah, triple headers every day would be murder on the players. Like, that just wouldn't make sense. Um, so, as much as I hate to say it, they might just need to cancel the season. Um, it would just make the most sense. But if things change and everyone's like, oh, hey, by the way, we have like a cure, or, it's safe to go out again, and, maybe see what happens. But if you're going to eat into next season, there's no point in doing that, in my opinion. Have the draft in June, figure something out with the picks. If picks just need to transfer, then that's fine. Like to the next year or something, but just hockey fans would tune in to watch the draft to get something. And if the NHL makes it kind of like a bit of a production and actually kind of blows the budget on marketing, which they will never do, but, I think it would be really cool to see the NHL kind of push the NHL draft this year. Ooh. This is a horrible losing streak from us. Winnipeg's fired their head coach. After beating us, too. Well, our long national nightmare has come to an end. The Hurricanes have won a game. We've lost again. Well, we'll be a lottery team this year. Brady Shea is out. Maybe hitting best lines. Maybe that'll change something up with the team. But right now, it's looking like both of our picks are supposed to be top 10 picks. One might even be in the top 5. If we hit on both of those picks and get lottery picks, this team would be set. Man, I'm getting kind of invested in this, not gonna lie. Brady Shea is back. Really, he didn't miss much. So maybe best lines will help. Maybe that'll inject some life into this team. It didn't against Edmonton, but that's Edmonton for you. We'll just sim to the end of the season now. I don't want to sell because I'm still holding out hope. And I'm also not liking any of these trades, to be honest. Chris Tierney heading from Ottawa to Dallas. Ottawa getting another first-round pick. Dallas is kind of loading up. Tierney's a decent ad for them. And we play Dallas next because of course we do. So Dallas did just get better. Can we beat them? No, we cannot. I doubt Chris Tierney made enough of an impact in that game to really change the outcome of it, but I'd like to think that, teams adding helps them out. We beat Montreal. That was a battle of the bad teams, though. I think Montreal wasn't very good. What this is showing me is that the rookie line was not a great idea. There's Nino. Another offer for Nino, but we've won 3 straight games. Man, everybody's trying to get Nino. Oh, I saw a first round pick. I probably should have accepted that trade. Vlasic heading to Philly. Philly is hoarding all of the former San Jose defensemen. That's an awful contract, though. It's like 6 years, probably 5 years now at like $7 million. No. Brendan Dillon heading from San Jose to Winnipeg. Wow. So San Jose is selling out quite a few of their players. We don't sweep the season series, unfortunately. It is nice to see us winning a few more games, though, I will say that. Islanders firing their coach. I'd consider firing my coach, but the team just makes sense. Like, the team is a really good fit for a lot of my players. Or, like, the coach is a lot of... Like, he fits really well. Jonathan Taves heading from Arizona, or heading from Chicago to Arizona along with Seabrook. All Chicago gets is a first and Darcy Kemper, so interesting. Niederreiter and a fourth for 2 seconds. No, I don't want to make Toronto better. A 4-2 win against Detroit. I would hope we'd beat Detroit. Shea Weber heading from Montreal to Florida. Florida trades Sarah Noel. Oh, and Pat Maroon as well. Wow. That's a big deal. And those are next year's picks. I don't want them. Another win. Okay, we're racking up the wins. Here we come. We've refused to give Tampa any sort of help. They've offered... Vancouver gets Blake Coleman and Scandella. New Jersey gets a second and Tanner Pearson. Columbus gets Henry Nikkanen and a first. Winnipeg gets Murray. Nikkanen's not a good prospect in real life. And I don't think he sims very well in NHL either, so... why? Okay. We're, like, creeping back up to 500 here, like, slowly but surely. We're still 7th in the division, but, like, we're getting there. Reimer's out with a sprained ankle. Okay, that's fine. 5-3 loss to Pittsburgh. Can we beat the Islanders? We can. We crushed them, too. We're nowhere near a playoff spot, so the season's pretty much a wash, but we're not going away. We have 2 games against the Blue Jackets this month. Oh no, that won't matter. Big Sam out with a concussion. He's out for the rest of the season. Yeah, we're done. We are toast. Just lose more games now, please, team. Still projected to have picks that are potential lottery picks. Not high lottery picks, but like we have 2 chances at getting one of the top 3 picks, which is huge. Stop winning, you cowards. Okay, we lost to... We're losing games now. Man, if some of these shootout losses would be converted to wins, like... We wouldn't be a playoff team, but it would frustrate me less. Yeah, we won't be as bad as the Islanders, that's for sure. At least we went out with a 6-0 win in Washington. Sebastian Aho, 76 points. It's everybody's rookie season, so you know what? We're going to take a look. Everybody's rookie year. 3 70-point scorers on the team, and then it drops down to 50. Bach had a decent year. Optimistic Kaniak, 31 points. Solid. Brady Shea also with 31. Big Sam with 27. He could have had a lot more, but he was hurt. So he probably could have been the team, or the rookie scorer. Possibly. I don't know. He probably wouldn't have beaten Bach. And then Evan Stansel with 25. Rookie goalies. Chris Miracle had actually a pretty solid season, all things considered, in the save percentage department especially. The team just couldn't score. That's what that tells me. And then Josh Bean with 13 points. Anaheim, Kieran Lang with 47 points. Rookie goalies, they had none of them, so Kieran was the only rookie to play for Anaheim this year. Arizona didn't have anybody. I can't remember if they picked anybody. Boston, Jonathan Wagner with 51 points. So as of right now, he's our leading scorer. For the created players, at least. Trevor Michaels. So Trevor, 40 points in your rookie season with Buffalo. I know you still want that trade, but that's a solid performance. 3 game-winning goals. You're on the power play as well. 13:04 time on ice per game. It's like third line minutes. You took faceoffs this season. More takeaways and 99 hits. Solid. And did Buffalo draft any goalies? They did not. Not of ours. Calgary now had a goaltender. Ryan Ellis. Looks like you had a shutout, 916 save percentage. 14 starts, so really nothing, but it's a good start to your career right there. Owen Anderson, 58 points, so he is now our creative player scoring title holder. Number sports fan, and 19 points. No rookie goalies for Colorado there. Corey, 20 goals and 8 assists for 28 points. Here's our other franchise player. Dallas, Tim Lindbergh, 51 points. Not too shabby. Detroit, it's me, 27 points. Chatelaine, 24 points. Goaltenders, none of them. Skinner for your lack of scoring. When in doubt, always blame Jeff Skinner. That's what I've learned. That's what Kane's Twitter's taught me. Trey Cash, 17 points. Nothing doing there. Actually, Trey was on Florida last time, too. I don't know if he was drafted by them, but he definitely played for Florida. JT with 51 points. Meg with 27. No goalies. Minnesota, Harry and Cranky, 32 points. Josh Grantham, 0 points. What a scrub, man. 906 save percentage in a backup role. Montreal, Connor Tuna, 16 points to start your year. You were also hurt for quite a bit of the season, so could have hit 20 points. Nashville, drafted a goalie, I think. No, okay. New Jersey, Yannick Wilkinen had 9 points in 30 games. Intern Maddie with 36 points. Tom with 20 points. Tommy Watson with 28 points on the year. Nothing going other than that. Will Looper with 49 points, but you missed the season as well. But at least you played in a nice amount of games, bud. Mariani with 21 points. Canes and Cannons, no shutouts. Bit of a rough start to your NHL career, but it's also Ottawa, so who can really blame you? Nobody for Philly, they're lame. Pittsburgh, I don't believe had anybody either. Wow, how lame. San Jose also did not have anybody. Sarai, 42 points, not too shabby. Wade with 51 points for Tampa. Cameron Bass, 2 shutouts, 916 save percentage. In a backup role, you were the most successful, though. But you were also on Tampa, so. Finding Nino, 19 points in your rookie season with Toronto. Could be the defenseman that they need, but you are left-handed and not right-handed. No goalies. Oh, that's unfortunate, because we did have a goalie drafted by Vancouver. I forget who, though. Michael Goodrow, 20 points. No goalies for Vegas. I believe he was the only one they picked up. Washington, Jacob Narby with 50 points. We had quite a few 50-point scoring rookies this year, which is pretty cool. And then finally, Winnipeg Rock with 33 points. Carl with 25. And that is it. We'll take a look at rookie scoring here. Rookie skaters for the entire league. Leading the way was Tolvanen. Owen Anderson was next with 58 points, but Tolvanen will win the Calder. I think that that's gonna do it for this time. We'll start with the draft next time around, but thank you all for watching, and this should be a pretty regular thing now. But yeah, thank you very much. We'll see you next time.